So today we're meeting Dr. Ashish Satav, who's been working for the past 20 plus years with tribals in India. And I want us to just take some time, talk to him, and understand what drives him, what good work he's been doing, and get him introduced to the people. Yeah, there he comes. So, see, so that's what I do. So
Okay.
So you don't have to bother about that. We'll just,
Okay.
we'll just
Yeah.
talk and go for a
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
So yeah,
This is very good idea.
yeah. So what I did was that I do this and then because it's easier to kind of very uh,
Informal.
informal. You can talk to people, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I did when Atik came, and then
Okay. Okay.
so
Actually, my grandfather, Vasantrao Ambedkar, he worked with Mahatma Gandhi, Jay Prakash Narayan, and Vinoba Bhave. You must be knowing about Mahatma Gandhi.
yeah.
When Jay Prakash Narayan was known for his movement against that emergency.
Exactly.
And Vinoba Bhave is
During his Bhudan moment, right?
Yeah. So he was the right hand of Vinoba Bhave.
Yeah.
So I came across literature written by Mahatma Gandhi,
Mm-hmm.
and Gandhiji said that real India lies in villages. So you should go to village to serve.
Right.
If really you want to serve to India. And that was very catchy since when I was in 7th standard.
And you didn't grow up in a village?
No, I was in city.
Okay.
Wardha. Wardha is a small city
Uh-huh.
nearby to Nagpur. And then I joined some. I used to go to Baba Amte's place
Mm-hmm.
in Varora.
Mm-hmm.
And after joining medical college, I started visiting Melghat, Gadchiroli, Dr. Abhay Bang's place, Dr. Prakash Amte's place. And I realized that the tribal area needs medical facilities to a great extent as compared to rural area. Because rural area, though there are no facilities, these people in rural area they can go to cities which are nearby, just 5-10 kilometers, and avail all those facilities. But this tribal area is 100, 150, 200 kilometers like that. And there were only two primary health centers at that time.
That for the
No specialist, whole area of 4,000 square kilometers. There was no specialist, so I decided this is the most challenging thing. It took at least 3.5 hours to reach to a specialist center for the tribals to get medical facilities. And that prompted me, motivated me to start this program in that area.
And did you meet your wife there?
No, actually, whatever that is story.
But because you and your wife together do this, right? So it's a commitment from.
Yeah. She's much more committed than me. I always say. Like one of my friend, she's friend of Kavita's elder sister's friend also. For preparation of spectacle, she went to her because she's also eye surgeon. Kavita's elder sister in Amravati. Then she told me such a boy is there. He wants life partner. Nobody is ready to marry with him. He's working in this area. Then she told him I have a younger sister. She has also inclination for social service. Then they introduced to each other. I asked them to visit to that Belghat area, not to my house in Wardha. I said, if you want to work with me, you have to stay with me. You see, if you are ready, she accepted it immediately. At that time, there was a small hut-like hospital.
So you made that hospital. So there was not a government primary center.
No, it's way prepared. It's a way I have an even trust called Mahan Trust. So we started that hospital 18 years before. Then slowly and slowly we started increasing activities.
Over there. And it's you were saying that's about 40 villages.
And there are different types of programs we are running. Like our hospital is for whole Melghat. That is the only hospital for critical care management and ophthalmology, like that. Second thing, we are running that research program for malnutrition and child deaths in 36 villages. We are running third program called blindness control program. That is basically screening of the villagers, school-going children for ophthalmic problems. It is around in 320 villages of Melghat and 100 surrounding villages of Madhya Pradesh. Then another program we are running is called counselor program. That is basically for strengthening of government hospitals. There are primary health centers.
Existing
primary health centers because it's our dream that I'll go and do service But the capacity of single person or organization, they can reach 20, 30, 40 villages, not more. It's the only government system who can reach to the masses.
And how many villages are all over India if you look at it?
In India,
Yeah. If you look at it,
lakhs, more than 3 lakh.
More than 3 lakh villages that would need similar kind of.
And so unless until the government system is not strengthened, nothing is. It's just like patch up work is there. Right. So we are running the counselor program for strengthening of government hospitals. Okay. So that is for whole Melghat. Around 2 lakh patients are benefited every year out of it. Yeah. Then we are running kitchen garden and nutrition farming programs.
There is. Yeah. And because most of the people are also farmers,
they are farmers, they are aware, but they have to tell about the modern techniques, then again modern type of nutritions like high protein diet, high oil seed diet, high calorie diet.
So were you the first person to actually go there, not just from a medical capacity, but also from other capacity to actually bring up the people over there and things like that?
There are people
who work on various
other.
Okay.
There are people working.
So there are people who
10
work.
groups they are there.
Okay.
Who are working sincerely.
Okay. So working towards economic development of the people and all the education.
For education.
Okay. Right.
In Maharashtra, that is, but actually Wardha and Pune, there are many organizations who inspired people to do similar work. Okay. Because Mahatma Gandhi was living in Wardha, so most of the people from India, they came there and settled who has social inclination. So the next generation like Prakash Amte, son of Baba Amte. Right. Amte worked with Mahatma Gandhi. He got inspiration from there. Abhay Bank's father. He worked with.
Yeah, because I used to remember newsreels of Baba Amte coming when we were movies and all those things long time back, that time.
So that is one cause. It's Gandhiji who inspired many people.
And how was vaccinations and all those things?
Vaccination, it was very bad 18-20 years before. Like I shared one story. There in one village, out of 20 pregnant ladies, only 2 were vaccinated. 18 were not vaccinated up to 6 months. Then what way did we inform it to the higher government authorities? If such thing is happening, initially they denied, then they accepted, then they vaccinated those ladies. It's not 100%, but definitely 75% coverage.
But there is no pushback against vaccination from the people or anything.
No. Initially there was resistance. But now people are accepting it. So they're not 100% are not accepting.
They're more accepting than some of the people outside in the city who are resisting it right now.
No, initially there was very big resistance. Now slowly people are becoming aware.
And that might also have to do with the injections and all those kind of stuff, right? Whether it is vaccination or not vaccination, people are not going to say yes to.
No, they like injections. In our travels, what happened? There are a few quacks. I came from Bengal. This is a Bengali doctor. They are called. All quacks, and they are injecting steroids injection, analgesics, and all sorts.
So they think that
immediately they get relief of steroid. So they thought this is good.
and you were saying that
somebody is not giving injection, like we since beginning we are not giving unnecessary injection. So people were very reluctant to come to me.
Yeah, because they don't have.
They are used to ask you injection. It's not needed.
I think that is also there, because I remember my dad saying that there are some patients who would come and when they go, my dad would say no medicine, no need, it's fine. Then they won't come next time because this doctor doesn't know anything. He doesn't give medicine. He doesn't give injection.
Right? Similarly happened with me. One girl, when I came into the house to examine her and treat, and asked her to take this. If you are not giving injection, you just get out from my house.
Yeah, right. And you were saying that does it have anything to do with their lifestyle and related to the issues that they have?
Yeah, most of the health problems are due to lifestyle. Like malnutrition is the major issue because they are not able to feed proper nutrition to the children. No proteins in the diet, no green vegetables in the diet, scarcity of oil. Then there is calorie intake is also less. Second, unhygienic living conditions like eating without hand washing. After defecation, many don't use soap also. Then superstition, going to traditional faith healers.
So there are traditional faith healers and people.
It's very common. Okay. So these are the causes of lifestyle diseases. Like hypertension is also very common. It's due to tobacco, alcohol. It's a major cause of smoking is very common. Second, lifestyle, they are not eating green vegetables. It also leads to.
But as farmers, they should be. But it would be mostly
small farmers. They are producing rice and jawar. Soybean as a cash crop. but most of them they were not aware of green vegetables in the beginning. Whenever we used to advise them, they used to say, "Doctor, we don't have vegetable. We have to go to market to purchase it. It is
Right.
around 50 kilometers or so."
And is that an activity, that kitchen garden kind of an activity? Is that something that
Then we
you are
advocated
bringing,
them.
or is there any
No,
agricultural people who are helping out as well?
there was no activity in most of the villages in the beginning. They were doing their routine agriculture activities. One farmer was doing like modern farming, but it limited to his area. But what we did, we first initially when we started educating people, they used to say, "Doctor, it's not possible to grow green vegetable. It's not. We don't have water, etc." And I used to tell them, "Ki, see, you are taking bath and you can use that bath water or toilet water for your kitchen garden." They said, "Doctor, 90%, 99% of the day they used to go to toilet for to river. There was no toilets in the house, and 90% of them used to bath at river place." So, or in the forest itself. So there was no question of, so my health education was over at that time. Then we developed special model of with very less water technique, and water is out in the home like for hand washing, etc. We developed kitchen. We did not allow single drop of water to go away from our campus, and we developed one demonstration farm in our campus. Around we could grow. People used to say green vegetable not possible. Then we could develop 20 types of green vegetables. Could develop 5 to 6 pulses, oil seeds, etc. So we got confidence. Then
do the individuals do their own kitchen garden, or do they group together?
No, it's individual.
It is individual.
Then we entered in 17 villages and we could develop around 3,500 kitchen gardens in for a period of 3 to 4 years. It took time to convince the people, but now they are convinced. And now we are moving from kitchen garden to nutrition farm. Nutrition farm also concept is, if the family will adopt, will grow this cereals and pulses and green vegetables over a area of 1 acre or half hectare like that, then they'll be able to produce enough food for the family. So we are working on that concept now.
Okay.
From last year, we developed around 500 types such type of nutrition farm, and it's becoming successful model now. But when then we realized that water is the major issue, because there
of
is no
the rain, and then
hilly
you don't have the
hilly area, no water conservation, everything is drained away. So now with the help of our friend called Dirasa, we have started water conservation activities also. In 3 villages we developed that small Doha model. It's called Doha model, and now we are planning to develop it in 14 more villages. And now the temperature in Melghat is around 46, 45, 46. There is literally no water in most of the villages. But in these 3 villages, around 15 to 20 farmers, they are still able to give water to the farms.
Okay. And you said that this was 40 villages, then 320 villages where you actually...
Yeah, we are through government agencies and other NGOs we are applying.
And people are actually using your model to
no,
go in other
government
places.
realize its importance. And government has formed one mission called Tribal Mission. UNICEF is leading that mission, and UNICEF, this government of Maharashtra, and we NGOs, and myself and one of my friends, we are the leading NGOs in that program. We have formulated a package for whole Maharashtra, 59 tribal blocks. Government has accepted it. It's now with Finance Ministry for financial approval, etc. Once it will get cleared through, because it's red tape is where it takes time in India.
Then it
will be replicated in 59 tribal blocks.
Do you give talks within the medical colleges across India?
Not across India, in few.
I mean, across India in the sense I meant colleges where
1 or 2 medical colleges.
You do it.
Now yesterday I had one guy from USA, Medical College USA. He asked me if I am ready to teach their MP students. I said, I don't have any problem. I can come and share my experience with them.
How do you see people in the medical field coming over and moving into? I mean, because since the situation is not the same that you went 20 years back, Now slowly there will be more connectivity, more reachability, and all those things coming up, which makes it people not that tough like it was for you 20 years back to move in. Which means it's you don't have to sacrifice a lot to make a change, and that would mean more people might be inclined to actually even you have this short service commission kind of stuff. If there is a model that really works, people could spend 5 years of their time or 10 years of their time into it, and then move out. At the end of the day, there is So is that something that's happening
Actually,
in the?
it's carrot and stick type of we have to use.
Uh,
Actually, we put one public interest litigation in Mumbai High Court, and we have suggested government of Maharashtra through that. Ki, two things: we have to reward the people, and we have to punish them also. Reward in that form, we requested that those who will work there for 10 years at least, they should be given special reservation in post graduation. So that people, because to get PG degree is very difficult in India. So that will be a good motivation. Second thing, those who are working for more than 10 to 15 years with their children with get admission, special admission in medical colleges. So High Court has passed that order also.
Oh, is it?
PIL. These two things. Then third thing, punishment type of unless and until somebody will not work in tribal areas, he should not get his medical degree for at least 1 hour year. He or she should work in that medical college. Then there should be special incentives, those who will work in medical college, special payment hike, etc. Special facilities should be given, so people will come. Because I observed during last 20 years, in the young generation, they are developing interest in social service. They want to serve. Many people are coming to us, helping us. The young generation, they are coming in. But due to their familiar backgrounds and all the avenues open in cities, lot of avenues, they are reluctant to come to. But by force, if they are put, they will come and serve.
But is there medical camps that you
we conduct surgical camps. People are coming.
And how do people get connected to you? Because the reason I'm asking is I have a lot of friends back in India, doctors and people like that also who are and some of them are still working with the tribal mission and all those things, but and also a lot of retired people, people my dad's generation who are now, but they still, because medicine is something that you don't retire out of it completely, right?
Like we have two pediatricians with us. One she's 65, 66 years old, and she's still working with us. She 4 to 8 days she spends with us. One doctor is after retirement he joined as a pediatrician in our hospital. Like other people are coming for camps. We are organizing one plastic surgery camps once a year. 100 surgeries we are doing that. Then many doctors from cities they are coming voluntarily, free of cost. People can come and contribute in those camps. Then Kavita is organizing eye surgery camps for like retinal or we can say corneal like that issues or glaucoma. So people are coming. These are all young people who are coming. So definitely, what happened actually? The media in India they are not giving exposure to good things, good work. They will always show some bad thing is happening in India. So the name of India is now speaking bad. That's good in the way ki get exposure and some actions there, but the good work should be given exposure. Then only the young generation will be motivated.
Right. There should be.
I went to this area because I came to know the work of Abham and Prakash Apte. If I would not have exposed to their work, probably I might not have gone.
Right.
So exactly. Exposure, the media should play very important role in this.
Exactly. So, and this is your second visit to the US, right?
Yeah, third visit.
Third visit to the US. And what do you see once you go there? Where do you see the next set of activities? The same thing that's going to continue for the next.
Yeah, because now I am more interested in replication. The basic objective of coming here with Gates Foundation is whether we can replicate it through Gates Foundation in other part of world developing countries. Because now we have developed model and we found that it's scientific. It has given results also. Scientific community has accepted, like Indian Council of Medical Research gave us Best Research Project Award. The World Health Organization has given Public Health Champion Award this time to our organization.
Don't you think there is a value of replication that comes not just to places like that, but even to other kind of people, in terms of, because malnutrition, but after that there are certain lifestyles that you ask people to follow, which is ideal for them as well as for people outside us.
Surely. Like a counselor program is the model. Right. Actually, one American guy visited our this counselor program last year, and he said this is useful even in America.
Yeah. So
strengthening of government hospitals. Right. They said it's very difficult to get medical treatment at low cost in USA. So this model is
it's a very expensive thing, and there are many people who don't get.
So this model is very useful for USA also. I was shocked to listen. One pediatrician is very international famous pediatrician from Cincinnati Hospital, USA. Even visited said this model can be replicated for India in the USA also for reducing maternal mortality.
Right, because I remember it's very difficult because when my second son was born, I was in a pretty bad financial state. I remember walking out of the hospital, holding him in this thing because I didn't have the money to. I didn't have the insurance, and I didn't have money to pay for. It was about $450 or $500 to do that, whatever they were asking to do, and I didn't have that, and I had to walk out. And uh, and that's a problem here. And we might think there is a lot of things happening, but there are a lot of people who you won't think they would have. But the cost of medicine is so much, medical service is so much that. But with the Affordable Care Act and all those things are changing.
So now new government
Yeah,
has
with what Obama has brought in, and there are things that are changed because I talked to a lot of people for whom said that just because of this they were able to get treatment, they were able to get insurance, they were able to move forward, and that's an important thing over here. And media side. So farmers, obviously, you know that there are problems of farmer deaths and suicides and all those things happening over there, which probably has to relate more with stress and issues of financial and economic distress.
Yeah.
How and does such issues happen over here? And is there a support system that actually works here, or
in Belghat.
Belghat?
Belghat farmers do not commit suicide for economic problems.
Not
Suicide is one of the major cause of death in that area also. But it's
But
under
that's not
influence of
economic.
alcohol. That is under influence of
influence
alcohol.
of alcohol. Not in
No,
the
not economic.
not
They are very poor people, but they are very, you can say, self-satisfied. Even they don't have money, they will remain hungry for 2 days.
Right.
They do not, because their living style is so simple. They don't require anything.
Is it also because that they're not doing that uh, because the influence from the external world is less? Because when the influence from external world is more, only when dissatisfaction comes into the picture in ways that we don't know, right?
It is also one of the cause. And second thing, that communities from generations they are in that conditions, they have adopted that model, and probably they are very happy.
Right.
Like even if patients coming to our hospital in critical condition, their relative either will smiling or talking casually like that.
Very simple people.
My grandfather always used to say, those people who live with nature, they develop. This is natural thing to laugh, to smile, to be fresh, happy, and because probably there is 100% oxygen they are getting, and nature always teach good things. So probably they have adopted these good things from the nature.
True.
Yeah. With the language which we people in cities might not be knowing, they are in continuously touch with. Like I realized it last month when my son is in 10th standard. He developed a hobby of playing with dogs. He brought two small dogs outside. He used to feed him daily. In the night, it was very cold in our area during night, 2 degree, 3 degree, like that. In the night, he himself was a patient of asthma. He used to go outside, put his blankets outside over the dog, keep it, and when they become ill, he literally used to put his hand, his mouth, feed them. So there is a lot of love in that animal. So probably these tribals, they are living with these animals since many generations, and uh, human is the only worst animal in world who can do any bad
Who
thing.
cannot know about unconditional love.
No, and animals know that. So probably they are living with those animals and these plants, trees like that. They develop those good habits from which the modern people they are not doing.
Yeah, that's I think that makes a lot of sense because we bought a dog last year after the kids have been saying, and then my daughter she's in 11th now and going to 12th. So I asked her what she wants. So always she's been saying to be a veterinary. That's what she wants. So then and the book that she reads is also about the guy who actually traveled all over the U.S. and saved all these stray dogs and them and all those kind of stuff. So there is probably, and that's the first time I never had a pet. So that's the first time I understood what that unconditional love of what it is and that connection. And I think people who have pets turn out to be better people compared to when that is a part of your life, it is happening. Obviously, it would make a lot of difference, especially not just with animals, but also with plants and trees. And there are certain things that they understand how the nature works. You don't have surprises, but you have surprises that you can actually anticipate. That's right. And so, have you traveled to Kerala anytime?
Once,
Once.
because Kavita went there for the Arvinda hospital.
Uh-huh.
At that time we went.
Just
one
to
day I have to see them.
okay, because so probably take a turn from here and then get back. So
Kerala is actually known for very good health condition of people.
yeah,
The
health
best
condition
in
of
India.
health condition of people definitely, and I think education
Education
has a
also.
lot to do with that. Um, but over the past few years, I think the tribal areas still have a problem, but there is definitely, compared to many other parts of India, Kerala is beneficial from the education and all those perspectives. And how is this replication process? Is that something that one of these organizations should take up that model and do it, right? Because it needs some muscle power to get that thing processed.
Like UNICEF is doing. UNICEF is now helping us for training various organizations in Maharashtra who are working in tribal areas. Third training will start from 28th of this month.
Okay.
I'll go back.
Okay.
Then actually, if Gates Foundation, yesterday we had discussion. The experts from Gates Foundation, they liked our model. So now we'll send the details of our model to Gates Foundation. Let us see if that. I suggested them that you just try to do this in 8 to 10 various places. So, and see whether it can be replicated or not. If one good results in over a period of next 2 to 3 years, it can be replicated across the developing countries.
Right.
Let's see what happens. At least they have started thinking in that direction. That is good thing. They have that capacity to mobilize the funds, people. Because I have seen, I have visited last time I attended the global health meet. So around 1,000 people all over the world attended. All sorts of experts from John Hopkins University, UNICEF, World Health Organization, MITs, ministers from various countries. So he has the capacity to mobilize people. So if our model can be utilized through them, nothing is like that.
What is the funding activity that you have?
At present, donors, individual donors. There is one group called Caring Friends. It's Ramesh Uncle, Kacholia ji, and Nimesh Bhai. They are running this non-profit organization, not registered organization. They have around 300 to 500 regular donors who are helping. In USA, there is one organization called the Arpan Foundation. Yeah, the Arpan Foundation is helping us. They are motivating people here in states to do money for us to Arpan Foundation. So 75% of our donations are to Arpan Foundations. This Caring Friends and Arpan Staging Geron is one organization in Netherlands. The rest of the money is individual people.
Individual people.
Yeah.
Are there corporate donors as well?
Corporate donors are very less. Very less. Gates Foundation will probably might help in future. Yeah.
But how will corporate donors who are in the medical field will they add more value, or will they find a better reason
things
to
are
support?
There. First, but they can donate a lot of money, which will be very helpful. Second, they can do big equipments. Yeah, which is really needed. Good equipments are really needed. Third, they can do their professional skills. Professional skills, I believe in that, because though we are doing social work, we are very professional in that way. It should be very clean, neat, perfect way. The tribals must get all modern facilities which people are getting, like in ophthalmology. Kavita will take almost all the care which is being given in USA for eye surgery. So she has operated more than 1,500 cases without a single infection. Like we are having heart attacks and with all possible. So they should get for that. And we are working in professional manner that we are following the time schedules, then treatment guidelines, hygiene, or like professional what happens in the discipline in the organization, like award and punishment phenomenon. We all like what happens in corporate. I like that corporate style. And there is business model to get some money. Ours is a model to get return for benefit of the society. If it run in the same fashion, like a business model, then definitely it will give more returns. It will be much more beneficial to much more people in the world. So I do accept some good things from these corporate people.
And have you tried approaching the corporate people in the medical field?
Not. Actually,
they don't have a conflict of interest, do they?
They do have.
They do have?
Yeah. They have a lot of conflicts of interest.
That would be there.
Yeah.
But there might be.
There are a few good corporates also, like Mastec Foundation. Mastec are helping us since last 8 to 10 years. For some money, ambulance like that. Some good corporates.
But even I mean, companies or corporates in the medical field who are not in India, outside
We are
India?
not approached.
You're not approached. There was no reason for not approaching, right?
Yeah, yeah. No reason, also no way how
No
to
way
approach.
how
We
to
don't
approach. Okay.
know. Yeah.
So my whole idea of doing these videos
Yeah.
and things like that is
Yeah.
putting it somewhere, tell people that okay, right, there is something, and the interesting thing about video and all this stuff is that once you put it over there, it's
Yeah.
always over there.
Yeah.
Initially, people might not see, but some point people will say yes, and I wanted to take a look at it and do it. Simple.
For that, Arvinda Hospital has very good model in South India.
Yeah.
They are doing 50% free and 50% charges, like in USA.
So I want to give you something. This is just comes as a normal activity of this program. So this is one of my first books that I published. So it's all poetry and stuff. So and the whole idea of publishing was that also that anything that comes out of the book goes into some medical thing. So definitely at that time I didn't have anything, so I just kept that money over there, and I thought that when I fund it, so I'll definitely whatever that comes in, I'll work with the organization as well and do that as well.
Very good idea.
So that was I dedicated that specifically for my dad, and he always wanted to do something with the medical stuff, and I said that okay, because he wanted me to be a doctor, and I said I'm not ready to study so much, and it was easier to be an engineer and move in that direction. And because
You are a software engineer?
Yeah, so I finished electrical, but I'm not in the software field, but within the engineering IT sector itself. So, because I used to, when I was in 11th, I used to see my dad get up in the morning and study. And I said, your age, if I had to get up in the morning and study, then that's not something that I wanted to do all my life. And none of us, both me or my sister, none of us went into the medical field. But then when I started writing, I said that, okay, right. And Pen Positive, the whole idea is to start something that would actually benefit, and that's the main reason I wanted to. So I start this thing because I thought, okay, people who are different from the normal, and not just people coming from India, but even people over here who do a certain thing to pay the bills, but then they have a passion that actually going. So I call this InDriveView, like interview. So just do it and then put it on there. Some people might see it. And then if there is anything that's coming out, that's
good idea.
Yeah.
And thanks for the InDrive interview. And all the best.
Definitely. Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
Whenever you come to India, come to our place.
Yeah, definitely. Next time I have Adhik has asked to come to Kashmir, and then obviously I'll come down.
I'm going to visit Adhik now.
Is it? He's in Bangalore. I need to.
No, he'll be there. He told.
Yeah, now he is in Bangalore. So I want to ask him if he's there. Then he can. My mom is in Bangalore, so he can go there and have some homely food if he wants. So yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. I'll just walk around there.